Well, how do you do, Buckaroos? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. I always start my videos that way for anybody that knows me. But I'm being joined by Jean Pierre. Jean, you know craft beers, but you also drink other things. So tell my viewers what they need to know about you.
Well, I'm a beer person. I like beer. The beers I drink are all types, but the ones that I like that stand out for me, I mean, I'll drink all types for the viewers when they watch my channel. Um, I go by the name The Beer Ramble.
Tell me, yeah,
Uh,
I was going to say, tell my folks what your channel is so they can find it.
yeah, just type my name, Jean Pierre. That is Jeanh Pierre, Pierre. And just look at my name on YouTube, and then you'll see my face. Click it, and then you'll see a bunch of videos I've done. I'll always will go by the name The Beer Ramble,
The
and
Beer
I just
Ramble. Okay,
yes,
nice.
and I
I've never
ramble
heard
about
of the Beer
beer.
Ramble. Is very nice.
Yeah, so I started doing first was just doing television stuff, and then one day I just said, let me do a review of Ice House Edge. That was the first video I did, and it kind of snowballed all the way from there. And started doing all these different reviews. And as you see, I just did one today. It all started about around last year, and now here I am, about almost a year and a month, I guess. Like I said, the beer styles I like to drink are lagers. I'll have a pale ale or an India pale ale and a stout. But I will have a high gravity. I will drink a porter. I will drink a bock. I will drink a malt liquor if I have to.
So you're a beer drinker.
Exactly. Yes, I am.
So if I were to be honest with you and tell you tales of my youth, I would say things like I used to drink a lot of Old English 800 when I was a very young drinker.
Right.
I
You
won't
know,
say it's a good beer. I'm not going to say it's a quality beer. I'm not going to say it's a beer I would drink now. But I will tell you it's a beer I drank a lot of as a young man.
exactly. Just like it was with that. Same way it was with me with that country club. The
So,
Meister Brow. I
Meister
remember.
Brown. Oh my gosh. I could tell you tons of stories about some Meister Brown, my friend.
You know, Meister Brow was considered premium back in his
It
time, and
was actually, yeah. It was made by Miller, considered to taste just like Bud. It was damn close for about half the money.
right. So, but if you're a young kid, you're looking for something cheap and inexpensive. You were drinking, like I said, the high gravity or the 40 ounces of stuff. The Old English and the King Cobras and whatnot. And yes, and then you whatever you could scrape together. Then you bought the budget beers. And if I can recall, the budget beer at the time was. I guess maybe back in the late '80s, early '90s, it had to been or the mid '90s had to been Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light and Natural. Those were the ones that were starting to become the budget beer. Schmidt, another one was starting to become
Schmidt,
a
yeah.
budget beer.
Did you get Lucky Lager back in your neck of the woods?
When I back in Jersey, I did not get Lucky Lager, but I remember um, Home Liquors was a very popular chain in the northern New Jersey area, around Newark, Irvington, and throughout Essex County and even parts of even Bergen County too. But that's a very popular liquor store chain, and they were selling their own version of a lager and a light beer called Home Liquor Beer or Home Liquor Light.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, and it had to just by looking. I remember it, and just by looking, I said, "Yeah, this has to be garbage." If a liquor store selling its own brand of beer. So, and like I said, I never really had it, tried it, thank goodness. But as the years have gone on, the beers that mostly my dad would drink was Heineken and Guinness. Those were the two, and he never, for reasons unbeknownst to me, they said Guinness had a lot of health benefits. and you know, he would make a drink with Guinness and some evaporated milk. I don't know what it was, but anytime that we felt bad or we were not feeling well, ill, he'll give us a sip of it, and for miraculously, we would feel better. So,
Well, there you go. But yeah,
yeah.
you know what? Lucky Lager. I remember buying Lucky Lager as, I'm going to say, a young drinker. I'm not going to mention a underage age, but to be legal here, yeah, you know, we used to pick it up for a very cheap price. There were 11-point-ounce stubby bottles, and they had these little games on the cap, but they were very cheap. It was very cheap. It wasn't a great beer, but you know, at that you're more interested in being drunk than quality.
Right.
So my question to you is that as you've gotten older, you mentioned that you like certain beers, but now you're 40 plus. So have you known certain breweries, certain styles that you're gravitating towards as you've gotten older?
I'm more gravitating now towards maybe because of my age, and like I said, I want to behave myself, but I would say more towards the light lagers, the IPAs, and the stouts. And I would say that's more, as I'm getting slowly up in age, I'm starting to buy those. I'm not gonna, you know, if I know I'm gonna be, like I said, if I'm gonna be around with some friends or whatever people, I will get a big case of whatever whatever is cheap or inexpensive. But
Yeah.
personally, I will do the light lagers. I will do the more so the IPAs and the stouts. I think they just taste better and more, it has more body to it, and I know I could just do two and I won't overdo it. So
you know, as you get older, you want to. How do I say this right now? You want to drink more quality if you're not going to drink a lot. But if you know if you're going to drink a lot of beers, you want to have something more of a lower ABV. Is that correct?
kind of like that, yeah. If like if it's you know, like I said, if I'm going someplace and I know it's going to be a lot of people and it's a cookout, you know,
You want to show up with a 6-pack of 10% beer.
No, that would be for my personal, yeah, that would be for my personal enjoyment. You know, that would be for my personal enjoyment. But no, most times it would be something very light, and I know I'm going to be knocking a few back. So you know, and when it's a lower ABV like 4% to the lowest maybe 3.8 or 9. I know that a few that are out there that are that way right now.
If you're going to drink a lot, yeah. No, I understand. I really get where you're coming from.
So now, what are you having tonight? Looks like you have, it's like you having like an IPA or a pale ale. Or is that the beer that you showed me earlier?
I actually have an APA. It's Logboat Brewing. Oh no, actually, I finished that. Never mind. I actually, I drank that one earlier, man. Tom, you might be drunk. I might be. So I'm having the Shiphead Logboat Brewing. It's not a pale ale. It's a spiced ale that has coriander, lemon zest, and ginger in it.
Yep, as we're in that time of year right now.
We were talking on the first video. I was drinking the Lookout APA.
Okay.
From the same brewery.
You know, we're in that.
But you know, Beer Whisperers, you've been doing maybe more buzz than they appear. Anyway, wow, I lost myself completely there, but I found myself.
And right now we're in that period right now where the IPAs, not IPAs, but those spice beers right now, the pumpkin flavored beers are starting to, and I'm sure with me, we start getting those here about around, let me see, probably earlier about early August, started getting a lot of those pumpkin beers and those
Yes. So
spice
how do
type
you feel
products.
about the
Probably you do
pumpkin
too.
beers, that kind of thing?
Yeah,
Are you a fan? Not a fan?
I like them. There's some that I think are better than others, but again, it's not a style that I would get, a lot. Um, there were some that wasn't like I ain't gonna buy again, and others like I said, yeah, I definitely will get this again. I know O'Fallon has a pumpkin beer. I thought that was pretty good. I enjoyed that one from the brewery, which is in Missouri, by the way, O'Fallon.
Yeah,
Uh,
Fallon, sure. And
and
the Schlafly pumpkin was one of the very first.
right, and then there've been some others that've been okay, in that like okay, but I ain't gonna get this again. It's a one-time thing. But another style I kind of like. I've been getting into is this Dunkel. I had there was one I had a
Dunkel,
couple of
yes,
months
Dunkel.
ago.
Very malty,
Right. Hmm.
German style, yeah.
Yep. There was one called the
So John Pierre, on the air right now, I'm going to admit something to you that I haven't told anybody. I
Okay.
actually work for a craft brewery. I specializes in German styles, and as Dunkel Weiss are two of what they really do best. So I actually work for Saddlebach Brewery at this as we speak today.
Okay.
I'm still employed by. So no, I guess the point I was trying to make was that German beer styles seem to have been forgot about. Everybody wants sours, everybody wants Belgian styles, but German beer is awesome, man.
Let me see. The Leffe Blonde. I know if that style, and then you got the Beer Moretti La Rosa, La
Italian,
Rosa.
yeah.
That was excellent, and I said I was going to get that for Thanksgiving for me. As to eat
There
with
you
my meal
go.
on Thanksgiving. So those styles, and I'm a huge fan of. There was another one I really liked too. It was a beer from Thelonious. They're based out of the brewery out in California, North Coast Brewery, California, I think it is.
Yeah,
I'm a-
Thelonious Monk.
right. It was a German style, and I said, I had it the first time. I didn't do a review of it. I said I would definitely get this again, and it was like worth seven. No, it was not. No, it was right $9, and I thought it was the best price I paid for a beer. So,
You know who Thelonious Monk, right?
Yep, a great one of the best jazz musicians I've heard some of his music. Yes.
That is amazing, man.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. So anyways,
So let me ask you a question, Tom. What are some of your personal favorites, styles that you like?
you know what? I'm kind of agreeing with what you were saying earlier. Is I drink seasonally during the spring and summer. I tend to like the pilsners, the lighter fare, the my box, that beer. But as it gets colder, I really start wanting those bigger fall beers, stouts, that kind of thing. I'm not a huge beer fan, to be honest with you. I'm just not. I drink them every once in a while, but I'm not a huge fan. Piney River here in Missouri has a sweet potato beer, which is crazy good. I'm a big fan because I think the sweet potato offers more flavor than pumpkin does. I think pumpkin beer is what you're mostly tasting is a spice. You're tasting the nutmeg, you're tasting the cinnamon. But the Piney River sweet potato beer gives you a sweet potato. Sweet potato has more flavor, man.
Right.
Have you had that beer?
No, I know there's see, I'm trying to think. There's one of those sweet potato beers I have seen on the shelves at Rouse's, and that's one of the stores I go to that do a lot of singles. And they and I know it's probably on the shelf right now. But last year they had a sweet potato beer that came out, and everybody was raving about it. Just a couple of guys I would meet up there, and I would see at the store, and then they'll be seeing me there from time to time, and they'll be looking for certain things they'll be getting. And
Yeah,
they said they had this sweet potato beer really like.
I think people are going to start getting away with the pumpkin and going to the sweet potato. I think it offers more dimension than a pumpkin. I do.
Yeah. And I bet the ABV is a little higher too.
No, actually, it isn't, and it doesn't have to be, but it does give more flavor. It's about 6%. It's not crazy high.
Okay. So, but and I mean, like I said, I'll try them and sample them for the holidays just to get a feel what they're about. You know, am I going to get them just to have just for personally? No. Like I said, I'll probably more lean towards as the weather gets colder, probably a Dunkel. And I mentioned when I said I forgot to mention that and like I said, a stout, probably something a little more full body.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do. Yeah, well, with you off camera here, we'll talk about I'll get some of those beers I was talking about out to you. But yeah, no, I agree. Dunkels are nice. I think German beer styles have gotten to be overlooked because Belgian beer styles are very trendy right now. But a Dunkel with Dunkel Weiss, I'm just a fan.
Speaking of Belgian style, there was one I really liked. It was by Le Freak, this Belgian style IPA. And that's about, I think, 8 or 9% ABV from a Green Flash or brewery out in California.
Green Flash, yeah.
Yeah, that was excellent. Excellent. And I was like, man, that's a nice bottle. And I said, no more. I'm good for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, no, I've had that. That's a nice beer.
Right. So
words you like to say to our audience?
Like I said, I'm a beer drinker, and most of the folks are probably watching. I probably follow, or they'll see me on Facebook. Like I said, I'm on the Zone Beer group and the Support Regular Ass Beer group and Support Malt Liquor, and I'll post some photos or I'll do a video of whatever I'm having, and people can comment, and they'll probably see my face and see my picture, and but outside of that, like I said, I'm a manager at a warehouse for a rental company, and I said I have a big family, and I'm just a regular guy that likes beer, that likes good conversation, with anything, and just enjoys being around the company of people.
Well, I want to thank Jean-Pierre for joining me. Hey, I want to say that happened to be watching tonight. It is Labor Day 2016. You all know what this day means for a lot of reasons, for my dad, for my son. So I want to thank Jean-Pierre for coming on live with me because, he wasn't aware of all of my situation. So I'm going to broadcast. Thank you all.